Paula Williams.
I'm John Williams.
And we are ABCI, and ABCI's mission is
to help you, ladies and gentlemen out there in the aviation world, sell more of your products and services.
Absolutely. So we have been, for the last couple of weeks, talking about different types of aviation businesses and unique things that they should include on their website. And of course, every website has a whole list of things that it can and should include. And there's a whole lot of best practices out there for websites in general. But we're talking specifically today about FBOs.
True.
Right. So fixed base operators, whether or not, and almost every FBO that I've ever heard of offers other services too, like aircraft management, charter, fuel. Some MROs, some have MRO services, some have other types of services involved with the FBO. But whatever you are, assuming that you are a fixed base operator that offers line services, fuel, the usual FBO stuff, we're going to talk about that today. Okay, so when you look at an FBO's website, and I have seen so many of them that start with service is our number one priority, and we've been in business for 20 years, and it's all just corporate speak, paragraphs of corporate speak with a beautiful picture of an airplane. And that's what they all look like. And it takes a while to get into this to figure out where they are and what kind of services they offer, and why would I choose this FBO over the other one on the field. And
so what you're saying is you can R&R logos and be just fine.
Exactly. I mean, there is no difference between one website and another. It looks like they were built by, templates, and they weren't customized enough to give them the flavor or the unique selling proposition, is what we call it in the marketing nerdy speak. But there's not a differentiation between one or the other that is enough to inform a prospective customer, why would I turn left rather than turn right on the ramp,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what are your favorite things to see first on an FBO website?
Well, something they don't want to put out there.
Which is?
Landing fees.
Landing fees. You want to know what they are right up front.
Hell yeah.
Okay. There's actually an entire book by Marcus Sheridan that talks about how for years and years and years and years, marketing has always advised people to hide their prices and hide their specifications of their products and services and be mysterious and corporate and all of those things. Welcome to 2022, when everything has changed. Customers can find that information whether you want them to or not, and the harder you make them work to find answers to their questions,
the less likely they are going to make business with you,
and the more resentful they are of you for wasting their time. So
yeah, I won't do it if I can't find what I'm looking for, or at least a pointer on the front page. I go somewhere else. Just
answer the dang question, because they're either going to agree to your terms or they're going to move on, and the faster they make that decision, the happier everyone will be, right? Yep. So put your landing fees out there. Let them know, and to quote another one of our articles where we talk about pricing, we talk about premium pricing. So if your landing fee is higher than everyone else's, tell people why.
Yeah.
Price high and justify is the acronym, or the rhyme that we use to remember what that means. So it is fine to be the most expensive service there is, as long as you are offering the most valuable service. And you want to tell them why your landing fees are higher than the others on the field, instead of just hiding your landing fee and letting people
get surprised when
hunt
they roll
and
up.
peck, right? Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so landing fees. What else?
A high-level list of services you provide.
Right. That's it. Excellent, because, if someone is coming into a particular city or region or something like that, and they're going to need some type of service, if there is an MRO that's associated with your FBO or on the same field, or, that you have a partnership with or anything else, let people know that, so that they can plan their stay, get as much done as they possibly can, and so on.
Yep.
What else?
More fees, hangers, tie down. Mm-hmm. What's it cost? Because if I'm going to spend the night there, mm-hmm. no matter where it is, and particularly if it's in a wind-blown, hot, sandy place or
snowy,
frozen, icy, wherever, I want the airplane inside.
Yeah, so in Star Wars parlance, that would be Tatooine or Hoth. If your FBO is in Tatooine or Hoth, you want a hangar, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Even if it's in San Diego, you probably want a hangar.
Yeah, just to help reduce the oxidation.
Exactly. These are expensive assets, so a lot of people want to know if that's available. Pilot services are always popular, right? Showers, laundry, especially if you serve a lot of international flights and other things like that. You want to be as hospitable as possible to
If you
folks.
don't have a restaurant or a food bar there, where's the closest one?
Yeah, exactly. This doesn't have to be services that are resident in your FBO. You can also let people know here's what's available in the area, just so that they can plan their trip and make sure that that's going to be a pleasant stay and productive, right?
Rental car availability and pricing.
Yeah. So, it's funny because when we look at FBO websites, a lot of times they look like everything is gold-plated, but they don't tell you what all they offer. And not everybody is looking for the VIP gold-plated service and everything else. They're looking for some very specific services and options and things like that. So if you can specify, what's available and how they can get to it. In some cases, some FBOs even have a reservation form where you can say, I'll be coming at this day and this time. I'm going to need fuel. I'm going to need catering. I'm going to need laundry. I'm going to need this, that, and the other thing. And then people can have that all ready for you. And, some of them even will estimate a price for you based on the services that you need.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, yeah. So you just want to make it as convenient as possible for your customers and put yourself in the shoes of your customer that is not necessarily a VIP aircraft owner, might be a overworked and tired dispatcher or pilot or somebody like that that's making the decision. So you just want to make it as easy as possible for those people, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. So lots of things you can put on an FBO site. What are your top three?
Landing fees.
Landing fees? Okay. We come back to the landing fees.
Yep.
It's always about the landing fees with you. Okay.
Well, they can be very pricey.
Yes, they can.
And if they include a reduction in fuel price, then state that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Sometimes it's absolutely worth a higher landing fee.
And top three, that'd be a
that's
tough
one.
one. Between those were both separate fuel prices and landing fees.
Okay, landing fees, fuel prices, that's 1 and 2.
But if you combine them, then I would say services and hangar and tie-down fees.
Okay. And I guess hangar and tie-down is a service.
Yeah, well, tie-down not so much, but depending on what you're servicing primarily. If it's, small piston or turbine aircraft, tie-down maybe. Mm-hmm. But it's the bigger stuff, hangars for sure.
Right, absolutely. Cool. All right, and of course, for extra credit, you can always list things to do in your area while, your principal is doing business. Here's some things for the pilots to do. We have golf courses, we have hunting, we have fishing, we have, other things and so forth. And also places to stay and places to eat. Those are always good no matter what it is. It's a destination. So, you want to make people feel comfortable and feel good about choosing your destination over others if you can.
Yep.
All right. Cool. So if you have an FBO website that needs some help, if it's been more than 2 years since you have worked on it or had anything done to it, then your pictures probably need to be updated. A lot of older websites are obvious because, screens have become so much more beautiful and detailed and high res and brilliant in the last few years.
Yeah, and so some of the older pictures pixelate and look kind of blurry.
Yeah, so if
Not
your
good.
website looked fantastic 5 years ago, it may not now.
fact, we have a customer who was called by a client and said, "You guys still in business?" And he said, "Well, yeah, why?" I said, "Well, your website looks kind of funny."
It just looks a little dated, and sometimes that reflects badly. So you don't necessarily need it to be gold-plated, but you need it to be functional, current, and high-res, right?
Yep, refreshed on a frequent and regular basis.
Exactly. But if your website needs to be refreshed, now is a great time because through August 31st, we have free copywriting, 3 hours of free copywriting when you engage us to do a website refresh.
Exactly.
Yeah, so if you've been thinking about it for a while, think no more. Let's get started. All right?
Exactly.
Okay. See you soon.
Stay safe and healthy.